2, 1, 2. Oh my God. Okay, so on the second day, this is the time to tear down the passage and figure out exactly what's going wrong. You know what's wrong? It's this passage, this part. And why is it such a problem? Well, it's not ideally set up for violin. It's one of these cases where the composer had a vision that sort of leaves the violinist out, where in order to play it correctly, you've either got to do something crazy, you got to go... Okay, you saw the problem there. There's a lot of string crossings, okay? Look at this. When you go fast, it's too much movement because this thing goes at a clip, and ideally you're wanting to just have it skip above the earth, kind of like the dancers that the piece is writing about. Okay, say you want to play it on one string so you can sustain that sense of it floating above the earth. Okay, first of all, that's messy. That's super messy. And for me, I feel the conflicting advice of two of my great teachers coming into odds here. One of my teachers was very big on making the jump, jumping all over this and doing what is essentially an elbow measurement. The other teacher, the more mature teacher, was the one who insisted that every note I strike be a case of reasoned, measured spaces, either from a launch point here or across strings. And there's simply no way to anchor and measure this. So this is really kind of messing with my head. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to have to make a decision, you know, just make the decision. I think in some cases, this section is viewed as kind of an effect. It's not like a big sweeping melody that's meant to be played perfectly and phrased beautifully and in tune, although conductors will tell you they want everything to be perfect, but sometimes things are just kind of effects, especially in Russian music. And I think I'm going to go for effect, and I think I'm going to go for trying to play it on one string, and I will measure it the best I can. Okay, so I've made my decisions on these fingerings. I'm going to stick with these decisions, or at least I think I'm going to stick with these decisions. And I'm going to try it really slow and just see how it feels. So I'll start this way. Okay, not bad. I think for today I'm going to keep doing it and absolutely keep playing it really slow and just see how it goes. Okay, so before we get going on day 3, you might be wondering, are there any exercises that might help with this? To some degree, when you're working out a passage like this, there's a lot of repetition. You just got to bluff your way through it until you feel it under your fingers. But yes, there is an exercise that I have used. It gives you a lot of finger confidence. And of course, that's Schradieck. Yes, you knew I was going to say Schradieck. And I'm sorry, I hate to send anybody to this book, but this is really an exercise. I'm looking at Schradieck number 5, exercises on 3 strings. And there's just something about this that just helps you feel like you can get anything under your fingers. Let me play a little of it for you.